Hello everyone, welcome you all to the microcontroller class. Today we will be having session 3 of unit 2 assembly language programming. And these are the contents of today's session. Here we are going to learn what do you mean by instruction set, types, as well as the data transfer instructions of 8051 microcontroller. Coming to the instruction set, an instruction set is a group of commands for a CPU in machine language. So this is the definition of the instruction set. It is a group of commands, and this command will going to instruct the CPU, or it will going to tell the CPU what is the operation that we need to perform. It is called as instruction set. And classification of instruction set. There are different types of instruction sets supported by 8051, like data transfer instructions, arithmetic instructions, logical instructions, Boolean instructions, unconditional jump instructions, conditional jump instructions, call and return instructions. So these are the different types of instructions supported by the 8051. So this is the classification of 8051 instruction set. So first we shall take what do you mean by data transfer instructions. So in the data transfer instructions, as the name itself indicate, it is a data transfer, transferring the data from source to destination. Either it can be registers, or it can be an immediate data, or it can be an indirect address, or it can be direct address, whatever it may be, indexed address. So we are transferring the data from source to destination. So the copy the data from source to destination. Content of source remains same after execution. Once the data is copied from source to destination, there is no change in the content of the source, only the content of destination gets changes. Opcode move is used for the data transfer. So this is the opcode we are going to use, move opcode, to transfer the data. So we shall see for the internal RAM how to use this move instruction. The move destination byte comma source byte. DST means destination, SRC means source byte. So in simple, I can write move S comma or move D comma S. So move is the opcode now, and we are having destination, and then we are having source here. So this is called as opcode, and these two are called as destination. Opcode as well as the destination. The move destination source instruction allows the data to be transferred between any two internal RAM or the SFR locations without going through the accumulator. Both can be memory location address, or both can be register. One can be register, one can be accumulator. It doesn't take the help of accumulator. You can transfer the data to the accumulator, but to copy the data from one memory location to another memory, or to copy the data from one memory to another register, it is not necessary to take the help of the accumulator. And SFR space can be accessed only by direct addressing. If I want to access the special function registers, then I must write the address of the particular SFR. We know the different SFRs is having unique addresses, and this address has to be mentioned in the instruction. So coming to the examples of the internal RAM operation, we are having move destination comma source byte. So that is nothing but destination byte is equal to source byte. Move the data, move byte variable, source from source to destination. After the execution, content of destination is same as that of the source byte. Move dptr comma hash data 16. Take the 16-bit data, copy it to dptr. Move c a comma at the rate of a plus dptr. You form the address, at the rate is there. Go to some memory location whose address is formed by the addition of accumulator as well as the dptr content, and that content should be moved to accumulator. That content should be nothing but code, because C is used. Move C means move the code. Similarly, instead of dptr, I can able to use PC, program counter. So the total address is formed like this. This is called as base register, and this is called as indexed register. Here also this is base and this is index. Go to that memory location, take the code and move it to accumulator. And then we have push SRC, pushing the data, copy the data into stack memory and pop destination. Take the top level content or the top memory location content, into the particular destination. Either it can be register or it can be another memory location. Usually we are going to use accumulator to pop as well as to push the data. We can use other registers also, general purpose registers we can able to use. And then we have XCH A comma byte. It is the exchanging the data between accumulator as well as the particular register. 1 byte of data. Accumulator and byte data exchange. And similarly we can use XCHD. Exchange only the digits. Only the lower nibbles will be exchanged here. Take the content of accumulator and take the content of some indirect memory location and take only the lower nibble. Lower nibble means the lower 4 bits of this register as well as this memory location, and only the lower nibbles will be exchanged here. We shall see these examples in detail. First one is register A is the destination. Then how to write the move instruction by taking register A as the destination. See, now for move A comma hash data, this immediate data will copy it to accumulator. For example, if I write hash 25, I will write hash 25. Now move A comma hash 25. 25 data will be copied to accumulator register. And similarly move A comma Rn, where Rn can take any register from register R0 to register R7 of any bank. So totally we are having 4 banks from bank 0 to bank 3. And each bank contain 8 registers from R0 to R7. So this Rn, n stands for n can take the value from 0 to 7. R0 to R7 any register we can able to use. And move A comma direct. Here direct is nothing but the memory address. It is nothing but memory address. Memory address it is. So move A comma direct means go to the direct memory location address, take the content, and that will be copied to accumulator. Or we can use indirect addressing mode. Move A comma at the rate of Ri, where I can be either 0 or I can be 1. I told you for the indirect addressing mode, we can only use 2 registers. One is the register R0 and another one is the register R1. Only these 2 registers we can able to use to hold the address, to access the memory location indirectly. Rn anta elliruttho, that can be any register from R0 to R7. Ri anta irodu only R0 ಮತ್ತೆ R1 register. So this is immediate addressing mode. This is register addressing mode. Both are registers. Whereas this is direct addressing mode because one address is there directly indicated in the instruction. And this is the example of the indirect addressing mode, because indirectly we are accessing the memory location with the help of register either R0 or R1. Now in all the cases you can observe that A is the destination. This is the destination registers, whereas this part is the source. Opcode, destination, and then source. Now instead of using this as the destination, if you use it as a source, A is the source here. Now you can observe here in all the cases A is the source. Move Rn comma accumulator. Take the content of A, copy it to Rn. Again Rn can be R0 to R7, any register. And move direct comma A. Take the accumulator content, copy it to direct memory location address. And similarly move at the rate of Ri comma A. Take the content of accumulator, again move to the memory location pointed by the register Ri. Again Ri means either it can be R0 or it can be R1. Only 2 registers we can able to use for indirectly accessing the memory. Next is Rn is the destination. In all the cases Rn is the destination. Move Rn comma hash data. See, all these are the examples of data transfer. Move instruction we are going to use. Take the immediate data. Data means here some number you should write. Some 15 or 1F. 1E is the number. 1EH is the number. 1EH will be copied to register from a specified register, where this register can be R0, R1, R2 or any register from R0 to R7. Similarly move Rn comma A. Accumulator content will be copied to particular register, and move Rn comma direct. Go to the memory location. This is the direct address. For example, instead of using this direct, here we don't write direct, we can write this as some 30h or some 34h. Let us assume that 34h I am going to use. Move Rn comma 34h. It means that go to the memory location 34h and copy the data into the specified register. Similarly, direct address is the destination. In all the cases, address is the destination. Immediate addressing mode, take the immediate data, copy it to memory location whose address is mentioned here. This is the indirect addressing mode. Go to this memory location pointed by the register Ri, take the data and copy it to my memory. Now this is from A to some memory location, and again from any register from R0 to R7 to memory location. Similarly, indirect address held by R0 and R1 is the destination. You can observe here, all these are indirect address. This is the destination part. This is the source part. You would take the immediate data, move it to the memory location pointed by Ri. Similarly, accumulator data will be copied to memory, or the content of the direct memory location will be copied to memory location pointed by Ri. Both the source and destination are the direct address. Here both are direct address. Go to this memory location, take the data, copy it to another memory location. Usually in 8051, usually we don't use these type of instructions in common data transfer from one memory to another memory. Instead, initially we take the data from one memory to accumulator, and then from the accumulator we copy it to another memory location. This is what usually we prefer in 8051. And coming to the memory axis, internal memory axis, move dptr comma hash data 16 means some 16-bit data. For example, I will take 1234 1234h. Now 1234 is the 16-bit number. This 16-bit number will be copied into dptr register, and move c a comma @ of a plus dptr. Go to the memory location whose address is found by accumulator plus dptr content. From that memory location, take the code, and that will be copied to accumulator. Or instead of dptr, we can also able to use the program counter. Here the program counter is used as a base address, whereas the accumulator is used as a indexed address. Similarly, coming to the stack operation, we can use either push or pop. Push direct. Go to take the content of a memory location, push it to stack memory. Similarly, we can have pop direct. Take the content of stack memory and copy it to direct. For example, if I write the instruction push, push 40h. Now let us assume that this is our actual memory location. This is our memory, whereas this is the stack. Let us assume that this is the stack memory. Now let us assume that in the 40h memory location, this is our RAM memory location, and shall assume that in the 40h memory location we are having certain data called as 1C. 1C is the data, 1CH hexadecimal. 1CH is the data available in this memory location. Now if you write push, now SP is pointing to some memory location. I know that SP is the pointer register for the stack memory, and by default after reset condition the content of SP is always 07H, which is the register R7 of bank 0. This is where SP is pointing. Now when you execute this instruction, so as soon as you execute this instruction, what will happen? Push 40. Go to the memory location. Pushing means what? Storing the data into the stack memory. So here which data we need to store? Here the address is indicated, hash is not there. Hash ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಕು? ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಹ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಡೇಟಾ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಹ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ, therefore we will take it as address. Go to this memory location 40 take the data. What is the data present? That is 1ch is the data present. And this data should be copied to the stack memory location. That is what the push instruction will going to tell. But what is the operation of the stack during the pushing? This is called as pre-increment. Before storing the data, stack pointer should be incremented by 1 time. Initially stack pointer is at 07. Now the stack pointer is incremented by 1 time. Now this becomes 08h. This is the 08h memory location. Now to this memory location, this data should be copied. That is nothing but 1c will come and it will be stored in the stack memory. That is what we are going to use here. Similarly, we can use pop direct. Popping means what? Taking back the data. For example, if I use pop, for example, let it be POP 42H. Now I will write POP 42H. So this is the 40th memory location. Then we have 41 memory location. And then we have 42 memory location. So this is our 42 memory location. Pop 42 means what? Popping means taking back the data from the stack memory. And we know that the pop operation is a post decrement. Post decrement means where actually the stack pointer is pointing right now. You go to that memory location, take the data, and then decrement the pointer. That is called as post decrement. Post means afterwards you need to decrement the stack pointer. So go to the memory location currently pointed by the stack pointer. Now currently stack pointer is pointing to this memory location. SP is pointing to this memory location 08H. Now I will go to this memory location, take the data. What is the data available? 1c is the data available. The data should be copied to 42 memory location. This is 42 memory location. This data will be taken and that will be stored to 42H memory location. That is what the pop instruction will going to do. So this is how we can able to use the push and pop instruction for the data transfer operation. Then we have data exchange operation, that is XCH A comma byte and XCHD A comma at the rate of RI. XCH means exchanging the data. A and some byte means some memory location we are going to use here. These two data will be exchanged. For example, let us assume that the content of accumulator is 51 and the content of this memory location. Let us assume that this is the memory location and this memory location content is 42 and both are hexadecimal H, 51H and 42H. So after XCH what will happen? These two contents will be exchanged. 42 will come to accumulator and 51 will come to this memory location. This is called as exchanging XCH. Whereas if we use XCHD, exchange only the lower nibble. Only the lower nibble will be exchanged. So which is the lower nibble here? So this is the lower nibble. This is called as lower nibble. Whereas this is called as higher nibble. So XCHD means exchange only the digits. Only the lower digits should be exchanged. Therefore, after the execution of XCHD, what is the result you are going to get? Only the lower nibble will be exchanged. Higher nibble should be retained as it is. 4 and 5 it remains same. Now this 2 will go here. So this becomes 52 and this one will come to this. So this becomes 41H and 52H. Exchanging only the lower nibble. Only the last 4 bits. So how to write 52 in hexadecimal? This is hexadecimal. So how do you represent this in terms of binary? What is 5? We know that 5 is nothing but 0101. This is 5. And what is 2? 2 is nothing but 0010 in terms of binary. Similarly, how to write 41? 4 is nothing but 0100 and 1 is 0001. This is 4. Now once you execute this XCHD, only this will be exchanged. These two will be exchanged. So this data will come and occupy this place and this data will go and this will occupy this place. This is XCHD. If you write only XCH, the entire thing will be the entire 1 byte. This is called as 1 byte. 1 byte means 8 bits. See here 8 bits are there. Nibble means 4 bits. This is called as 1 nibble and this is called as 1 nibble. If you write XCH, the entire thing will be exchanged. This entire 8 bit will be exchanged with this bit. So this is how we can able to use the move instruction. Similarly, we can use this for the external RAM memory location. Only indirect addressing mode can be used. Now to access the external RAM, we need to use only the indirect addressing, and the disadvantage of using 16-bit address is that all 8 bits of port 2 are used as address bus. We know that in 8051, port 0 contains the lower address from A0 to A7 and port 2 contains the higher order address from A8 to A15. So whenever you are going to use the 16-bit address, the port 2 will be used by making the port 2 busy for the data transfer operation. Otherwise the port 2 can be used for some other operation. So it can be, the time can be saved so that P2 can be utilized for some other operation. So in case of 8-bit address, port 2 is not used. So if you don't have 16-bit address, if you have only 8-bit address, then it is not necessary to use the port 2. Only I can able to use port 0, because port 0 it contains the lower order address from A0 to A7. The read and write strobes to external RAM are activated only during the execution of the MOVEX instruction. So MOVEX means, move means data transfer operation. X stands for we are accessing the external memory. We are accessing the external memory, that is indicate with the help of X. Move will do the same operation, that is copying the data from destination to source, and X indicates that we need to accessing the external RAM. And these are the some of the mnemonics we are having. MOVEX A comma at the rate of DPTR. It means that go to the memory location pointed by the DPTR, because at the rate is used. Take the content of DPTR, treat it as an address, go to that address and copy the data into the accumulator, and that memory location must be a external memory location because of this X. Similarly, we are transferring the data from accumulator to external memory location pointed by DPTR. Or we can have external memory location pointed by RI, where RI can be either R0 or R1, that is the 8-bit address. Here these two are the 16-bit address, whereas these two are for the 8-bit address. Now how to get the 8-bit address? 8-bit address can be formed with the help of register RI, where RI can be either R0 or R1. Go to this memory location, that is the external memory location, take the content and copy it to accumulator, or take the accumulator content, copy it to external memory location pointed by RI. So these are the some of the examples. So this is how we can able to use the external memory access with the help of the move instruction. Remember, whenever we are accessing the data from the external memory, or we are storing the data into the external memory, we must write the letter X. This letter X indicates that this is the external memory. And how to find the address? Address can be found by using this. Either the address can be 16-bit. In these two cases, the address is 16-bit, whereas in these two cases, the address is 8-bit. And in summary, in this session, we have learnt the instruction set of 8051 and what are the different types of instructions which are supported, or we call this as the classification of the instructions, as well as we have observed the different types of data transfer instruction, where the opcode move is used to transfer the data between the source and the destination. Thank you.